Testing 1 2 1 2 1 test 1 2 1 2. And we are back here on CUTV with Liam Cook live coverage of Boldmere St Michael's versus Coventry United here on YouTube. Current score: Boldmere St Michael's 0, Coventry United 2. The Red and Greens so far in control as we get set for the second half of League Premier Division football of the new season. We'll go for a quick run through of the starting lineups as we get set for the second half of action. For Coventry United, number 1, Rich Morris. Number 2 is Jeff Woodward. Number 3, Lewis Hudson. Number 4, Gift Musa. 5, Kyle Barnett. 6, Jamie Coleman. Number 7, Lewis Rankin. 8, Chris Cox. Number 9, Mitch Piggin. 10, Craig Reed. And number 11 is Josh O'Grady. I can say there have been no half-time changes for the Red and Greens, despite the injury to Rich Morris a little bit earlier on. For Boldmere St Michael's, I've got their team sheet right here. Number 1, Lewis Fenney. 2, Brad Lindsay. 3, Remy Bell. 4, Joe Smith. 5, Harry Craven. 7, Cameron Shaw. 8, Alistair Brawns. 9, Stuart Capaldi. 10, Jack Skinner. 11, Charlie Morris. And number 14, Ryan Shaw. Now, there was a substitution early on in the first half as Joe Ling was substituted. There's Mitch Piggin now for Coventry United, striding forward, deflected shot, and that will go all the way towards the byline, kept in just about by Bell, but it fires it straight into, well, it's gone over the fences into the next field, I think. It's our cameraman Jeff Bennett goes to look for the ball. And as we say, there was a substitution in the first half. Joe Ling replaced by Ryan Shaw due to a serious ankle injury. Ling has been taken off the field and taken to hospital in an ambulance. So the best wishes to Joe Ling. We have got a new ball now, and pretty much immediately Craig Reed has been called for handball. So there is a foul given against Coventry United. So free kick to Coventry United now as Lewis Rankin gets set to swinging in from the right hand side. The handball given against the Boldmere Mounts. Craig Reed was trying to bring the ball to feet. Rankin towards the far post. It's a good catch by Lewis Fenney, who in all fairness hasn't had an awful lot to do so far, but the things that United have got on target usually have gone in. United not needing masses and masses of chances, just a couple of decent ones to put away, and that's exactly what they've done. They've looked fantastic so far in defence and going forward. O'Grady on the ball for Coventry United, back to Jamie Coleman at centre-back, fired forward, looking for Piggin. He won't find him, but Mark Smith, a little bit of a muddle there with Harry Craven at centre-back, but eventually Boldmere have sorted themselves out. And Ryan Shaw punts it forward towards the right-hand side, but it bounces over the touchline for a Coventry United throw. Let's try and get you some half-time scores from around the grounds. The big one that we want to see is one at Blundell Park as Coventry City are taking on Grimsby Town. And it still feels weird to say that the Sky Blues of Coventry City are in League 2, but it's the reality of the situation, unfortunately, as the Wi-Fi tries to work. It's not quite working at the moment. And this Bombay tried to get into the penalty area on the right-hand side towards Skinner at the near post, but United able to bundle the ball clear. Cameron Shaw and sends the ball straight into the side netting at the near post. So we've just been told by a spectator here at the Trevor Brown Memorial Stadium that it is currently Grimsby Town 0, Coventry City 0. So the fans who have made the long old trip to Blundell Park, over 1,200 of them. It could have been 1,500 if the police hadn't decided to take tickets off sale on Friday night, bizarrely. And Mark Smith jumping straight into the back of Craig Reed. It was a foul given to Coventry United, but they've been allowed to play on as Rankin puts it down the right-hand side for Jeff Woodward and towards Mitch Piggin for 3-0! Stroked it over the near post. Mitch Piggin says, have some of that. Well, some of the fans have been calling him tapping for his goal-poaching abilities in pre-season. Well, that wasn't exactly the hardest of finishes, but it was a lovely strike past Finney and into the net. Mitch Piggin with his first Coventry United goal. Boldmere St Michael's 0, Coventry United 3, and that should be the 3 points in the bag for the Red and Greens. Wonderful cross from the right hand side. Perfect position for a player of Mitch Piggin's calibre to simply strike it past Fenny, but immediately Boldmere straight back in the attack, ball into the area. Coleman as well to hold off Skinner, and Rich Morris able to grasp onto the loose ball. And just 5 minutes after the break, the Red and Green Revolution seems to be getting up to the best of starts. United now underway once again. Cox. Now with Lewis Rankin. Several United players making the run. Craig Reed, he's through on goal. It's Craig Reed. Picking at the far post. Craig Reed, is it a fourth? It's a fantastic save by Fenny. The ball's still loose and grabbed onto by Fenny. The first meaningful save that Fenny has had to make, but he's let in free. But Craig Reed, who was denied a double late in the second half, was denied again, but this time by the gloves of Lewis Fenny. So the score after roughly 50 minutes, Boldmere St Michael's 0, Coventry United 3. It has been the perfect start to the league campaign for Coventry United after a pretty disastrous day at the Butts Park Arena. Lewis Rankin caught from behind, but he'll retain the ball. Overlapping run from Jeff Woodward, and Rankin takes the ball around Morris beautifully. A good challenge made by Ryan Shaw. And now Charlie Morris will look to play this one out of danger. Here's Alistair Broads with the ball towards Cameron Shaw, fell short, and that's with Lewis Hudson. Piggin to Reed, now O'Grady, look to find Reed, and a crucial touch by Smith to take the ball away from the former Newport County striker. And the goalkeeper, Rich Morris, tells Barnett to see it out as it had taken a touch off Charlie Morris. With the Red and Greens fully and firmly in control of the Charlie Brown Memorial Stadium, a far cry from the embarrassing first half we saw back in April. This is a new Red and Green side, this is a new Coventry United. A new approach, new players, new ambitions. That was a side finishing mid-table in the league. This is a side aiming for promotion. Long ball from Reed, finds Josh O'Grady, takes a tumble, and the referee has given... Well, what's he given here? He's given a foul. I think he's given it to Coventry United. He's called over the number 2, which is Brad Lindsay, and it's going to be a yellow card. But the referee delayed the call quite a lot, and O'Grady put his arm to the ball. I didn't know whether he'd given handball against O'Grady, but he's in fact given a free kick against Brad Lindsay for the push on Josh O'Grady, right on the edge of the penalty area. And this, I've said it before, and I'll probably say it again in the future, this is prime Josh O'Grady territory. This is the sort of position that O'Grady thrives on. But he's walking away from it, he's leaving it. Well, it's not very often that you see Josh O'Grady shy away from a set piece. We don't call him Mr. Set Piece for no reason. But standing over it, Chris Cox, Craig Reed, Lewis Rankin. And judging from Rankin's last set piece, which should have ended in a goal, it could well be a decent shot for him to take it. But Reed's there as well. Cox waiting behind. Who's it going to be? There's a 5-man wall waiting in front of him. It's going to be Cox, and it's going to be another one for Coventry United! The ball rolls past the wall and past the goalkeeper, and Chris Cox scores his second goal in 2 competitive outings. He got a late consolation for United at Rugby last week at the Butts Park Arena in the FA Cup, and now he's only going to get another one. An emphatic scoreline to cap off an emphatic performance that we're not done yet. Boldmere 0, Coventry 4. Beautiful setup play by Reed and Rankin. Reed rolled, Rankin stopped. And then it was Chris Cox to simply blast it low and hard. And Jeff Woodward as well to nod the ball back to Rich Morris in goal despite the pressure from Rich's namesake Charlie Morris. I do know that they're not related. It is the perfect start to the second half and the perfect start to the season for Coventry United as Piggin races down the left-hand side under pressure from Harry Craven, and he's eventually lost the ball, but the ball played down line to the full-back, and it's gone out off a United man for a throw. Up line, looking for Jack Skinner, pushing the back on Give Musa. The referee not giving it, and there's several pushes there. This time Musa forces Skinner down, and a shot like apparently blocked, but I think that was Jeff Woodward. Fast-paced action here at the Trevor Brown Memorial Stadium. It's hard to keep up. United have scored twice in the 10 minutes we've had since the second half kicked off. 55 minutes gone. Boldmere St Michael's 0, Coventry United 4. And the way United are going, I really wouldn't rule out another one, or two, or maybe even three. And a foul given against the Boldmere player. Coventry United will regroup with a free kick in the left-hand corner of the pitch. If you're enjoying what you're hearing here on CUTV, don't forget to hit the like button on the video on YouTube. Let us know you're enjoying it. Leave a comment below. Your feedback really does mean a lot to us. Hit the subscribe button for exclusive Coventry United content, including live coverage of Coventry United women's matches this season. And of course, follow us on Twitter at CovUnitedTV for more updates from the club and from the broadcasts. The next time you can find us on air is on Tuesday from the awesome Loughborough University Stadium, located at, you guessed it, Loughborough University, for Loughborough students versus Coventry United. This Tuesday, I should say, 15th of August, 7:30 is our start time. We'll be kicking off the match at 7:45. And you can find exclusive video highlights of this match on YouTube this weekend. We're hoping to get them up tomorrow morning. But make sure to keep it locked to Coventry United TV. And make sure to, again, give us a like, share and subscribe on YouTube. Handball, that's surely going to be a handball against Ryan Shaw in the centre circle. The referee's not going to give it. But United have eventually got the ball back with Chris Cox. Good interception made. Tries to find Rankin. It's a very short ball. And Ryan Shaw takes a turn ball under the challenge of Chris Cox. And it will be a free kick in a pretty dangerous position for Boldmere St Michael's. They can, well, once they get themselves back into the game, it's going to be a very hard task to get themselves back into the match with 35 minutes left. They're 4 goals down. It's been done before, but right now, the way Boldmere are performing, with all due respect to Boldmere, I just can't see it. Not standing over it, Charlie Morris and Cameron Shaw. This looks like Shaw's ball to me. It is indeed going to be Shaw. He lays it off for Morris on the left-hand side, who made the run. Morris, cross easily blocked by Lewis Rankin. Woodward tries to force him away from the goal and does so beautifully. Forces him to the touchline, and it's going to have the leg of Jeff Woodward. It's a throw to Boldmere. It's going to be Remy Bell. Plays a 1-2, Bell back in. Shaw caught. And is that a penalty? It is, it's a penalty. It's a penalty to Boldmere St Michael's. Gift Musa tripped, I believe that was Jack Skinner that he tripped. And Gift Musa is going to get a yellow card here. It won't make a massive difference in the grand scheme of things in terms of the scoreline. United are 4 goals up, but I'm sure Rich Wise would have wanted to keep that clean sheet. And a yellow card for Gift Musa. And stepping up, we don't see this very often, a centre-back's going to take it, Mark Smith. You don't see that many penalty-taking centre-backs. And Morris is pointing out that the ball isn't exactly on the spot. But Mark Smith will be hoping to put that ball exactly in the back of the net. He steps up. And he puts it away. One goal back for Boldmere St Michael's. And he quickly calls his teammates back to the centre circle. Mark Smith scores for Boldmere St Michael's 4-1 to Coventry United now. Is the comeback on? Well, we've got half an hour still to play here at the Trevor Brown Memorial Stadium. We've seen on CUTV anything can happen. Case in point, the games against Nuneaton Griff and Hinckley in our first couple of months of broadcasting. And now Remy Bell is not too over with the referee as Coventry United have been given a throw in which Boldmere thought was theirs. And now he's having a go with the assistant referee, while Coventry United get back down to business with Jeff Woodward and this throw-in. Up line, and Bell heads it out for another throw-in, a good few yards forward, and Coventry United in a much better position now. Woodward will take it again. Got Rankin and Piggin in support. He'll find Mitch Piggin, flicked on towards Lewis Rankin. Crucial header by Smith. Shaw. And Barnett as well to make the interception, but only as far as Brawns. Woodward, crucial header. And now Barnett again. Lewis Rankin. Rankin puts it through looking for Craig Reed, and he couldn't quite find him. Once again, Mark Smith with the header. Ball towards the right-hand side. United able to pick it out with Lewis Hudson. O'Grady tries to let that one go, and he's slid in and put it out for a Coventry United throw at the leg of Cameron Shaw. And there's going to be a substitution coming up for Boldmere St Michael's. That's the number 15 waiting on the substitutes board. And I can tell you, if it is indeed the number 15 coming on, then it will be Max Black coming on. And also Coventry United are preparing a substitution. I think that's Jamie Coleman coming off. It's either a 6 or a 9. In fact, I think it might be a 9. I think it might actually be Mitch Piggin, and it is. Yeah, Mitch Piggin coming off for Coventry United after an impressive league debut for the Red and Greens. Scoring once with a lovely strike past Fenny. And as you could probably expect, Mitch Piggin taking all the time in the world to make his way up the pitch in Coventry United. And you can hear the fans shouting tap in to Mitch Piggin, known for his goal poaching. And coming on is a long-standing servant of Coventry United, Rob Prinzel. And Boldmere St Michael's have also made a change with Max Black coming on. There's been a couple of changes actually. We'll try and find out who the other player coming on was. It's either Daniel Hassley or Ryan Nesbitt. I think it's Hassley actually. Woodward, now Prinzel. Rankin, will he try one from here? He'll put it towards the far post for Reed, headed away. And Musa tries one from range, and it's not the best. And I can tell you that Ryan Nesbitt has come on. And he has come on for, I think it's Charlie Morris. So Charlie Morris has come off. They've had a double substitution. Max Black and Ryan Nesbitt have come on. Morris has come off. And no, Jack Skinner is still on. So I'm trying to figure out who's come off. And you see Skinner's on the right hand side. I think it's Cameron Shaw. It's Cameron Shaw that's come off. So the number 7 Cameron Shaw has come off, as has Charlie Morris. And they've been replaced by Max Black and Ryan Nesbitt. Well, United have taken off Mitch Piggin and replaced him with Rob Prinzel. So it seems that United will be going for a 4-5-1 now. Pushing Prinzel back towards the defensive midfield role. So around 25 minutes of play still remaining at the Trevor Brand Memorial Stadium. United leading by 4 goals to 1. Cox chests it, but the control by Gift Musa is poor. But Reed able to win it back. A good challenge made by Harry Craven. Allows Boldmere back on the ball. Bell. Strides forward unopposed. Rhinshaw. Craven. Smith. Strides down the left-hand side. He's got a bit of space to work with. And that was a blatant shove in the face on Jamie Coleman there by Stuart Capaldi. Put his hand right in Coleman's face. No foul given as Bell puts it forward once again, looking for Braun, so it's gone out of play for a throw. I've got to say, that not only should have been a foul, it should have been a yellow card as well. And I can tell you there has been a goal at Blundell Park, and Coventry City are leading. Mark McNulty in the 62nd minute, the Sky Blues lead at Blundell Park. So it's been a good day for the Coventry Club so far. United winning 4-1, United winning 1-0. Sorry, City winning 1-0, I should say. Bell takes the throw, 1-2 with Smith. Back to Smith. Bell. Black. A good slide by Jeff Wood, but taken away from Braun. And Smith has got his toe to it and just taken it away from Craig Reed. Great work from the Boldmere skipper, who has probably been their man of the match so far. Rankin. Reed. Good control, tries to turn, lays it off for Lewis Rankin. Still going, little trip from behind, the referee says no, and Rankin has hurt himself. It looks like his knee. And another nasty challenge, this time by Shaw on Gift Musa. And Rankin still making his way to his feet. Another change might be needed for Coventry United. They have got 2 changes left. And Lewis Rankin is walking quite gingerly at the moment. That knee, that right knee, seems to be troubling him. And was a very surprising scoreline at Stamford Bridge. Listen to this. 10-man Chelsea are losing by 3 goals to 0. That's 3 goals to 0 as Lewis Rankin is being substituted. And Courtney Cameron is going to replace him. Cameron absent from the squad last weekend for the rugby game. And Rankin has been one of the star performers in the last 2 matches for the Red and Greens. But his day is done. He makes his way off the pitch to a standing ovation from his teammates and his management on the bench. And Courtney Cameron makes his first competitive appearance as a permanent Coventry United player, after making his two-way switch from Hales Owen a permanent transfer. United restart with a free kick. Coleman punts it towards Prinzel at the far post, headed into the air, looking for Craig Reed, and fired away by Harry Craven. And Stuart Capaldi making the run, trying to get onto the loose ball. Coleman gets there first. Gift Musa plays it across to Lewis Hudson. O'Grady flicks it on. Chris Cox down the left-hand side, covered up by Ryan Shaw. Prinzel's offering him support, but can he get the ball to him? No, he can't. It's out for a goal kick. Cox tried to blast the ball off Shaw for a corner, but it hit chest. Cox in the chest. Fanny trips as he takes the goal kick. He has found Lindsay, so he was all right in that aspect. And Lindsay tiptoes his way through the United midfield. The United win it back. Prinzel tried to put it down the left-hand side for Josh O'Grady, and handball has been given. Has it? No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. It's been given as an offside against Craig Reed, sorry. So Craig Reed called offside. Capaldi down the right-hand side. Lindsay. Now with Black, played back into defence with Harry Craven. Capaldi forced the touchline. Max Black. Will he try one? No, he won't. He'll play it towards the right-hand side of the penalty area. I'll shoot to get the cross in. And it's gone out off Rob Prinzel for a Boldmere corner. 20 minutes still to play here on CUTV. Boldmere St Michael's 1, Coventry United 4 is the current scoreline. Swung in and caught well by Rich Morris. And he goes to the ground. And yeah, I was worried for a minute there. I thought he was hurt. But he's still sporting that very fashionable headband that we saw during the rugby game. And in fact, it looks like he may actually well be hurt. So, indeed, yeah, it looks like a reoccurrence of the injury, which holds to play for a couple of minutes in the first half. He did stay the ground a little bit longer than expected. I thought it may have just been a little bit of a time-wasting tactic, which is very common in football. But this seems to be something a little bit more than that. It looks like Rich Morris may not be able to continue there. He's gone to the ground. The physio has come over to check on him. A bit more of that magic spray may be in order. Maybe it's wore off. But we can see the Coventry United backup goalkeeper, Ash Malhorter, getting ready to come on. He did go and get his boots and his gloves in the first half, ready to replace Rich if he was needed. He wasn't needed at that time. But yeah, he's taking his gloves off. Rich Morris is coming off. He's taking his gloves off and he is hobbling towards the touchline. So we will see our third and final substitution for Coventry United, the sixth and final substitution of the match, as Boldmere have used all three of their changes. And Rich Morris makes his way off the pitch to a standing ovation from the fans of both Boldmere and Coventry United. Mutual respect here at the Trevor Brand Memorial Stadium. So Morris slowly makes his way to the touchline. Well, Malhorter is wearing the same shorts as the outfield players. You see over on the far touchline, the neon green goalkeeping shirt is there on Malhorter, but he's taking them off now. At that time, he was wearing the slightly darker shade of green shorts that the outfield players currently wear. And yeah, he's not only taking Morris's spot on the pitch, he's taking his shorts as well. No, it's not something that you see on a regular basis in football. Swapping shirts, but swapping shorts is something a lot less common. Well, we've still got just over 15 minutes, and there probably will be a little bit of added time due to the halting play that we've got at the moment. Let's get you some current scores from the Premier League. Chelsea 1, Burnley 3. Chelsea have got one back. Crystal Palace 0, Huddersfield 2. Everton 1, Stoke 0. Southampton 0, Swansea 0. West Brom 1, Bournemouth 0. In the Championship, Barnsley 1, Ipswich 2. Birmingham 1, Bristol City 1. Brentford 1, Nottingham Forest 3. Cardiff 3, Aston Villa 0. Derby 0, Wolves 1. Hull City 4, but Burton 1 have just scored again. Leeds 0, Preston 0, Millwall 1, Bolton 1, Reading 1, Fulham 0, and Sheffield Wednesday 1, QPR 1. In League 1, Wimbledon 0, Shrewsbury 1, Blackburn 0, Doncaster 2, a terrible start for Tony Mowbray there. Blackpool 1, MK Dons 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Peterborough 2, Gillingham 0, Bradford 1, Northampton 0, Fleetwood 0, Oxford 1, Portsmouth 0, Plymouth 1, Charlton 0, Rochdale 1, Scunthorpe 1, Rotherham 5, Southend 0, and Walsall 1, Oldham 1. As we get things underway once again here at the Trevor Brand Memorial Stadium. In League 2, Barnet 0, Luton 0, Cambridge 1, Carlisle 2, Cheltenham 1, Crawley 0, Colchester 1, Stevenage 1, Crewe 1, Newport 1, Grimsby 0, Coventry 1, Lincoln 1, Morecambe 1, Mansfield 2, Forest Green 0, Notts County 1, Chesterfield 0, Port Vale 0, Wickham 3, Swindon 1, Exeter 1, and Yeovil 3, Accrington 2. It's a rather strange one that Luton scored 8 last week, and now they haven't even scored 1. We've nearly had over an hour there. Well, we've had exactly 75 minutes of normal time here at the Trevor Brown Memorial Stadium. United still leading by 4 goals to 1 as Lewis Hudson is taken out by Brad Lindsay. He seems to be alright, but that's a pretty nasty challenge. We're going to be naming our CUTV Man of the Match in around 5 minutes time. So who do you think it should be? Let us know on Twitter at CovUnitedTV. That's at CovUnitedTV. And there are certainly a few players in that side that do deserve the first league, well, to be honest, the first man of the match of the competitive season. We didn't broadcast last week. Reed in the area. Oh, I couldn't bring the ball to feet. He got his head on it, but it was straight into the hands of Fenny. Craven strides away with the ball in tow. Long ball forward. He was looking for the Boldmere substitute, Ryan Nesbitt. And Ashmal Horter on the ball after making his way onto the pitch, replacing the injured Rich Morris. Reed's clearly being held by Mark Smith. The referee's not doing anything about it, but Reed eventually gets the ball to Courtney Cameron. Persistence there from Craig Reed, and the ball to the air wasn't great. It was found by the Boldmere centre-back. The advantage has gone now, and now here comes Nesbitt into the penalty area. It could be 4-2, and it is! In off the far post. And it's now 4-2 at the Trevor Brown Memorial Stadium. Ryan Nesbitt off the bench and on the score sheet. Not the best of starts for Ashmal Horter between the six for Coventry United. The Red Greens should still see this game through, but the nerves are starting to show themselves now. Starting to manifest in the Coventry United faithful. And Rob Prinzel fires that one forward, but only as far as Harry Craven. He punts it back where it came from. Ryan Shaw, long ball forward. Should be an easy gather for Ashmal Horter, and it is. United have just got to calm themselves down. They've still got a 2-goal lead. They look good to hold on to that lead. Bell volleys forward, looking for Brawns, only as far as Woodward. Shaw, back to Woodward. Bit of head tennis going on here. Bell battles for the ball with Courtney Cameron. Cameron forcing Bell down line and forces him to play it back to Lewis Fenny. Fenny, making his way towards the goalkeeper. He's found Craven, who sidesteps Josh O'Grady. Long ball forward, looking for Nesbitt. It's found Nesbitt. Malhotra comes out, heads the ball, but has left themselves in no man's land here. It surely going to be 4-3, and somehow Jeff Woodward has blocked it. But what on earth was Malhotra doing there? He came out, he got his head on the ball, but then he lost it. And Boldmere just took too much time getting the ball towards the net. They're an open goal. There were a couple of defenders in the box, of course, but that should have been 4-3. And if it was 4-3, they really could have counted themselves in with an opportunity to get this game level again. Cameron tries to make his way into the area. He's blocked up by Bell, who's gone down holding his leg. And Boldmere are in no position to time waste, so I'd assume that this is real. He doesn't look too happy. He's down on the floor, writhing in pain. And we could well be in for another wait until play gets underway. Well, it's now time to name our first CUTV Man of the Match, and although players like Lewis Rankin and Carl Barnett have been fantastic today, and any normal day would get the Man of the Match award, the sheer persistence of Lewis Hudson, his fantastic defensive abilities, his great link-up play down that left-hand side means I've got to give it to Coventry United's number 3, Lewis Hudson. It's fair to say I do get a little bit of stick every now and again from the supporters for Man of the Match awards, but I think that one everyone can agree with. So 10 minutes of normal time remaining, but we've had a couple of minutes of injury left for Rich Morris, who is still over on the touchline. And now we're having another couple of minutes for Remy Bell, so I'll assume we're going to have about 3 or 4 minutes of added time at the end of the second half. So, in all essence, we've got about 15 minutes until the final whistle. Score here at the Trevor Brand Memorial Stadium. Boldmere St Michael's 2, Coventry United 4, and it doesn't look like Remy Bell's going to be able to continue, but of course Boldmere have used all 3 of their substitutes. So it could be that Boldmere are down to 10. Well, it was a pretty good challenge, so there was something wrong with that. And Coventry United have got the throw in. Whether they're going to give it back to Boldmere St Michael's or not, I'm not sure, but they have got the ball. And well, the way that Bell's walking, he's in no position to play, so Boldmere are down to 10 men. He's on one leg at the moment. So Remy Bell is out of commission and out of the game. Coventry United now 2 goals up and a man up, as Boldmere have used all 3 of their permitted substitutes. Woodward looking to take the throw in towards Reid in the area. He'll turn. Craig Reid past the last defender. Craig Reid could have made it safe, but saved well with the legs of Lewis Fenny. That would have made certain of a victory, but a fantastic save with the knees of the Mike's shot stopper. Reid's been unlucky today. He could have had 2 or 3, maybe even 4. 2 great opportunities saved and a goal disallowed. But I'm sure if United hang on to this 3 points, that's all Craig Reid's going to care about. But back in, oh, Rob Pridgell just over the crossbar from the ensuing corner. Well, Coventry United not resting on the laurels here. They want as many goals as they can get. Capaldi down the right hand side looking for Nesbitt, who pushes Lewis Hudson to the ground. Referee says no foul. They should have given handball against Hudson in that case because it hit his arm. Craig Reid knotted on. Looks to open up some space for himself, but Fenny will get there first and he powers that one away. Nesbitt, he's onside, lays it off to Stuart Capaldi, I should say. And he said the Doctor was in the box there. And Lewis Hudson taken out by Nesbitt. And the referee not giving the yellow card. So 7 minutes of normal time remaining. Again, there will be a sizable chunk of added minutes due to a couple of injuries in the second half. And there's been another goal from Blundell Park, and Coventry City are 2 goals up. Jack Grimmer, the fullback. Oh, get out of town. Grimsby Town 0, Coventry City 2. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Rob, but I'm happy about it anyway. We should be supporting all of our local teams. As a free kick is given to Coventry United. Oh, to be fair, that was a cracking finish from Stuart Capaldi. He may have forced Coleman down, and I think Mal Horter may well have been getting ready for the free kick anyway, but Capaldi able to flash that one in off the far post. You got to give him points for effort, but certainly you're not going to get a goal for effort. And a yellow card for Stuart Capaldi for his troubles for kicking the ball away. You can't give him a yellow card for a finish like that. Come on. Well, the referee game is underway once again, as we can see Remy Bell making his way to the changing rooms. Barnett. Cameron. Woodward with plenty of time on the edge of his own penalty area, blasted away with no one there, and out for a throw.
Come on, Cole, pick it up, come on!
And there's been another goal at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace 0, Huddersfield 3, the worst possible start for Frank de Boer in his new job, but the best possible beginning in the Premier League for David Wagner and Huddersfield. Fenny blasts it clear. Craven. It's in a dangerous position here, Bobbin. They've got to get this ball away. 10-man Boldmere. Black. Hudson beaten in the air by Stuart Capaldi. But Hudson able to win the ball back, but he can't keep it in. And there will be a throw-in just about level with the United's penalty area to Boldmere St Michael's. Hudson, of course, our CUTV man of the match. Who do you think should have won the award? Let us know on Twitter at CovUnitedTV, or you can let us know in the comments section on the YouTube video. Hudson heads away the ensuing throw. Reed brings it down. Tries to put it out onto the wing, but he's only giving it back to a Boldmere player. Barnett heads it out of danger, and now Courtney Cameron plays it back to Woodward. Woodward clears, looking for Craig Reed. Reed heads it up. Will Cameron get his head in that? He will. Now it's with Gift Musa. Under pressure from Ryan Shaw. Down line, and Reed wasn't going to get to that one. It's going to go straight towards Lewis Fenny in the Boldmere goal. 4 minutes of normal time remaining at the Trevor Brown Memorial Stadium. Don't forget to catch us live here on CUTV this Tuesday, the 15th of August, live from the beautiful University of Loughborough Stadium.
Come on, Cobb, you're switching up.
An extraordinary £3 million facility which will be home to Loughborough students versus Coventry United. That's Tuesday, this Tuesday, 15th of August, live from 7:30 p.m. here on CUTV. Musa taken out by a side challenge by Ryan Shaw. He didn't get the ball, so really that should have been a foul, but the referee decided not to give anything. Alistair Brawns down line for Ryan Nesbitt, forced into the corner by Kyle Barnett, and Barnett gets a touch on the ball and takes it out of play for a throw-in to Boldmere St Michael's as the time ticks towards 90 minutes. Brawns. Black tries to put it through for Nesbitt. It's too powerful for Nesbitt, and it will be a goal kick to be taken by Ash Malhorter. Score currently stands at Boldmere St Michael's 2, Coventry United 4. The penalty from Mark Smith getting Boldmere off the mark in the second half. Then Ryan Nesbitt getting on the score sheet. Nesbitt is through, he's offside. Looking for his second goal. Nesbitt just straying past the last man. Woodward tries to find Reed, once again it's not the best of balls. Smith nods it to Ryan Shaw, tries to shrug his way past Gift Musa, and he's done so beautifully. Shaw, now with Nesbitt, lines himself up for the shot, and it's just dragged wide. Nesbitt looking to add a second for himself and really put the strain on Coventry United in the last couple of minutes. United passing it around in their own defensive area, and Barnett eventually clears the danger, but only as far as Mark Smith.
Come on, Coventry, switch on.
And United just got to try and find that rhythm again. Ball down the right hand side for Brad Lindsay. I don't think he's going to keep it in. Well, he did, but he blasted out for a goal kick. Into the last 90 seconds or so. And of course, if you are looking for more sporting entertainment, look no further than Coventry United Ladies Football Club tomorrow. Their final pre-season match against Women's Super League 2 side Watford Women. That's at Cryfield Pavilion, Warwick Uni tomorrow, 2 p.m. kickoff. Cox clears the ball only as far as Lindsay. Did that touch the hand? Referee says no. Black tries to find his teammate out wide, but Prisoners well to charge that down, and O'Grady fires it away. Now for another throw. United just trying to get the ball as far away from their box as possible. Capaldi, who has really not been that much of a threat in this game. I would have expected a lot more from Capaldi. Nesbitt, it bundles through. And is that gone off last? That's well, it's been kept in anyway. And Nesbitt on the floor, knowing he could have done better than that. In fact, I think Nesbitt's actually taken a blow to the face. That's the last thing that Boldmere need. They've had 2 injuries already. They're down to 10 men because of an injury. And it looks like, is that a bloody nose? I think he may well have a bloody nose. If that is the case, the referee will want him to go off the pitch immediately. But luckily for Boldmere, the referee hasn't spotted it, and I'd assume he's going to be all right to start to continue. And United have been given the ball back from Boldmere with that throw-in, and Malhor's taking all the time in the world to grasp onto that ball. We are now into added time here at the Trevor Brown Memorial Stadium. Coventry United still leading by 4 goals to 2. Really should hang on to this lead. It's a little bit more slender than it should be. Smith plays it back to Fenny. Lindsay strides away from Reed. Prinzel comes across, chops across him, but can't take the ball away. Lindsay, Ryan Shaw, he came off the bench pretty early on after the serious ankle injury to Joe Ling. Smith, ball towards the penalty area, headed away by Chris Cox. O'Grady, good tackle made by Lindsay, which puts Boldmere back on the front foot. Crossing opportunity, goes past several United men, but he can't beat Chris Cox. He's scorer of United's fourth.
Get up there, Coventry, come on! You've only got one man up there, for fuck's sake.
It's with Smith. Well, fans wanting to see United push forward more, but they've got that 2-goal lead to hang on to. I think they're perfectly happy with that. There's no need to go for a fifth goal. As long as they hold on to this 2-goal lead, they will be just fine. 1 minute of added time already gone. And I think the realisation for Boldmere is starting to set in that they're not going to be taking anything from this game. Hudson takes the throw over the head of Prinzel, but finds Craig Reed. Reed gets the ball via the leg of Brad Lindsay. Tries to sidestep his way past the centre-back for Bobby St Michael's, but he couldn't quite do it. And that will go out for a throw-in to Bobby St Michael's on the halfway line. Lindsay, now Black. Lindsay again. A couple of 1-2s with Lindsay and Black. Craven. Smith punts it forward, no one there. Well, as long as Boldmere keep on playing balls like that, United have got nothing to worry about. And Malhorta again will take all the time he needs to pick up that ball. 2.5 minutes of added time gone. I dare say there's going to be another 2.5. There's been quite a few injury stoppages. Volleyed forward by Lindsay. Flicked on, and he's coming from an offside position. Jack Skinner came from an offside position to knock that ball on. We'll take you through a full recap of the final scores from the Premier League and EFL. Any final scores that we get through on Twitter from the Premier Division as well, we'll bring to you after the final whistle. And it seems as if Graham Wood's not the only one in Wales this weekend, because we just got a little text message from Mr. Simon Reynolds, who's also in Wales. He's also listening into the coverage. A big shout out to you, Simon. Cameron into the area, forced towards the right-hand side. He's got Woodward in support further down line, but shrugged off the ball by Brawns. Pass blocked by Woodward. Cameron loses out again to Brawns. Now it's with Ryan Shaw. But Barnett intercepts the wayward pass. Woodward. And the referee calls time on an impressive first outing for Coventry United. The season couldn't have got off to a much better start. 4 goals and 3 points at a venue where really they were embarrassed in the first half, especially in the final game of last season. It just shows how far this team has come over the last 3 months. And if the defeat against Rugby Town in the FA Cup last week made people think that Coventry United couldn't challenge for the title, well, this it may well prove you wrong. Final score at the Trevor Brown Memorial Stadium: Boldmere St Michael's 2, Coventry United 4. Alright, let's go through some final scores now here on CUTV before we say goodbye. In the Premier League, a pretty shocking result from, well, it's not a result as of yet, but the score right now at Stamford Bridge: Chelsea 2, Burnley 3. They were 3-0 down, and in fact Chelsea are down to 9 men. So right now it's Chelsea 2, Burnley 3 with a couple of minutes to go. Crystal Palace 0, Huddersfield 3. So a cracking start for David Wagner and his Huddersfield side. Everton 1, Stoke 0, Southampton 0, Swansea 0, West Brom 1, Bournemouth 0, and the game between Brighton and Man City will kick off in around half an hour's time. In the Championship, Barnsley 1, Ipswich 2, Birmingham City 2, Bristol City 1, Brentford 3, Nottingham Forest 4. What a match that is at the over at Griffin Park. This is going to be music to the ears of Coventry fans everywhere. Cardiff 3, Aston Villa 0. Perfect. Derby 0, Wolves 2, Hull City 4, Burton 1, Leeds 0, Preston 0, Millwall 1, Bolton 1, Reading 1, Fulham 1, and Sheffield Wednesday 1, QPR 1. And the game between Middlesbrough and Sheffield United kicks off in half an hour. In League 1, Wimbledon 0, Shrewsbury 1, Blackburn 1, Doncaster 3, Blackpool 1, MK Dons 0, Bristol Rovers 1, Peterborough 3, Gillingham 0, Bradford 1, Northampton 0, Fleetwood 1, Oxford 2, Portsmouth 0, Plymouth 2, Charlton 0, Rochdale 1, Scunthorpe 1, Rotherham 5, Southend 0, and Walsall 2, Oldham 1. And finally in League 2, Barnet 0, Luton 0, Cambridge 1, Carlisle 2, Cheltenham 1, Crawley 0, Colchester 1, Stevenage 1, Crewe 1, Newport 1, and listen to this bad boy, Grimsby 0, Coventry City 2. Lovely, another 3 points right to the Sky Blues collection. And I believe on goal difference, listen to this lads, on goal difference, Coventry City are at the top of the table. Have some of that! And we'll stay there till April. Lincoln 1, Morecambe 1, Mansfield 2, Forest Green 0. That's bad news for vegans everywhere. Notts County 1, Chesterfield 0, Port Vale 0, Wickham 3, Swindon 1, Exeter 1, and Yeovil 3, Accrington 2. Well, that will about do us here from the Trevor Brand Memorial Stadium after what was well, let's just say not the best of starts for Coventry United or Coventry United TV last weekend. We're back to business here on CUTV. A cracking performance and a trouble-free broadcast. What more can you expect and what more can you ask for? Thanks for joining us here from the Trevor Brand Memorial Stadium. Join us on Tuesday night for live coverage of Loughborough Students versus Coventry United, 7:30 p.m. right here on CUTV. But until we meet again, thanks for tuning in. I've been Liam Cook, you've been brilliant, and I'll see you in a couple of days' time. And until then, play up Coventry United.